Okay, folks. So, welcome back. And today we are going deep on something pretty wild.
Yeah.
We were diving into a proposed piece of legislation that was introduced in the U.S. House of Representatives just last month, actually, on February 10th, 2025.
Interesting.
Now, this bill, it's pretty out there. It proposes that the United States enter negotiations to acquire Greenland.
Greenland?
You know, from Denmark.
Really?
Yep. And it even suggests a new name for the island.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's the proposed name?
Well, they're calling it the Red, White, and Blueland Act of 2025, so you can probably guess where they're going with that.
Oh, wow. Red, white, and blue land. That's something.
Definitely a bold move.
For sure.
So let's break this down. This bill, H.R. 11661, it basically authorizes the President of the United States to negotiate the purchase or acquisition of Greenland.
Okay.
And yeah, it specifically says that Greenland would be renamed Red, White, and Blueland.
So it's interesting, right? Like the U.S. trying to buy Greenland, it's not totally out of the blue. I mean, this isn't the first time this idea has come up.
Right.
Like back in 1946, President Truman actually offered to buy Greenland from Denmark for $100 million.
$100 million.
Yeah, but Denmark turned it down.
Wow. So what is it about Greenland that makes it so strategically valuable? I mean, why does the U.S. keep coming back to this idea?
Well, I think there are a few factors at play.
Okay.
First off, Greenland's location is hugely important. I mean, it's right there between North America and Europe, and it's smack dab in the middle of the Arctic.
Right.
And with climate change and the Arctic ice melting, new shipping routes are opening up. There's this whole scramble for resources, oil, gas, minerals, you name it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Plus, Greenland is also strategically important for military bases, especially with Russia kind of flexing its muscles in the Arctic region these days.
So this name change thing, it's kind of more than just a funny little detail, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it really brings up some serious questions about national identity.
Yeah.
And how that's connected to things like names and places and culture.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine how the people of Greenland might feel about having their home renamed?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like their history and culture are being kind of overwritten in a way.
Exactly.
And I mean, the bill mentions the logistical challenges like changing names on maps and official documents, but the cultural impact could be so much bigger,
Absolutely.
much more profound.
So all that aside, is it even possible for the U.S. to buy Greenland? I mean, like, realistically, in this day and age?
Well, Greenland has a kind of unique status. It's an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark.
Okay.
So basically, it manages its own internal affairs, but Denmark handles things like defense and foreign policy.
Gotcha.
So this bill calls for negotiations, but Denmark has already made it pretty clear that Greenland is not for sale.
So that sounds like a pretty big hurdle to overcome.
Yeah.
So what would it even take to get this bill moving through Congress?
Well, right now it's been referred to the House Committees on Foreign Affairs and Natural Resources.
Okay.
So they would have to review it, hold hearings, maybe make some amendments, and then it would need to be voted on by the full House of Representatives.
Right.
And if it passes there, then it would go on to the Senate for the same whole process.
So what you're saying is it's a long shot.
Yeah, it's a long shot to say the least. I mean, there could be a lot of international backlash too.
So if we kind of connect all the dots here, the strategic importance, the history, the complex political situation,
Yeah.
it all makes you wonder about the motivation behind this bill.
Yeah.
Like, is this a serious proposal or is it more of a symbolic gesture?
I don't know. It's hard to say for sure.
So think about it, folks. What we've looked at today, it's pretty unusual. It's a piece of legislation that really raises a lot more questions than it answers.
That's for sure.
What would the geopolitical ramifications be if the U.S. really did try to acquire Greenland? I mean, how would that affect relations with Denmark, with other countries?
Yeah.
And what about the people of Greenland? I mean, where do they fit into all of this? What do they want?
Good question.
These are all things to think about, as we watch this bill's journey, or lack thereof, through Congress.
For sure, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everyone.